Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my Basic Borders box. So it is using the Basic Borders dies, and as you can see I've used them to create this fancy stitched edge on my box. I just thought it would make a nice change, and to be fair, I wanted to show off those, but I also wanted to show off this gorgeous ribbon. This is the Smoky Slate textured ribbon, and as you can see it's really wide and it is just lovely. As you know, grey is one of my favourite colours anyway, but yeah, this ribbon, it has texture and it's got like rib detail on it, and you can see almost like a wood grain going on it. I just love it. So yeah, I wanted the ribbon to be part of the box today as well as the actual dies. So let's go ahead and make it. So to start off with then, you're going to need your base of Whisper White, and you actually need to score it before you stamp so you can see where your stamping is going to be. So your base is 8 by 6 or 20 by 15 centimetres. And we're going to score all our sides at 2 inches or 5 centimetres. Just go all the way around, and this is just basic white that I'm using here. Move that out of the way. Come out of the way, dog. She stood by my feet, right by my feet here. Then I have the Tasteful Touches. You know, it's been around, but it's still lovely. I love these little squares. I just think they're great. I did try this. It didn't look so, I wasn't so pleased with it. So I'm going to stick with this pattern. And I'm going to go with Daffodil Delight, a colour I've not used for quite a while, but the sun's out today and it makes me feel summery. So let's go with this one. So I'm trying to go around the edge. I'm not too concerned if it goes to the bottom. I just wanted to try and sort of create, I don't know, just a nice little pattern, random here and there. As I say, it doesn't matter if it goes onto the base because nobody sees the base. Really, nobody picks up a box and looks at the bottom of it, do they? Unless you're looking for the prize. So yeah, so I've just done that stamping there. Obviously I've not done these corners as they are my tabs. So let's fold and burnish and make up this base. Again, it is just a basic box. My neighbours over the back have 2 French bulldogs. They are the cutest things. But they seem to have taken to barking to my dogs through the fence, and they just seem to have this conversation between themselves, only for a few seconds, and then eventually they are quiet. So yeah, so they've just, the French, as we call them, the Frenchies, are out, and they've just had a little bark, so my other dog's just gone out to say, well, hello, I'm here too. Right, so we've done that. I'm going to add my adhesive onto the tabs here. As I say, this is why I didn't stamp them, because you don't need to, because you won't see them. Right, let's try that one that way, because it's already got, there we go. Okay, and then we're just going to make this up as you would a normal box. Those sides in together, and there's your cute little box. And then we're going to make our lid. So Daffodil Delight, 4 inches by 6 inches, 10 by 15 centimetres, and then we are going to, with a shim, so I have some of my Daffodil Delight here ready for another thing. We're going to score all of our sides at 1, so 2.5 centimetres. 1 inch all the way around. And as I say, it's 4 by 6, 10 by 15 centimetres. So we'll see how this works. So I'm not again going to, and again it's easier to score it now than it is later. So again, you have to really do this with the full-sized cut and emboss machine, simply because I will show you why in a moment. But when you come to do this bottom section here, you need to have the die, and it is the full width of the machine. So right, where are we? So basic borders, lots of options here. I'm going to stick with my zigzags just because, well, I know they work. And I'm literally just going to lie it across the edge there with the points on the edge of the card, and then just simply squish it down and run it through. And then when we get to the other side, just take that off, and if you've done it correct, you will just have this same distance all the way along. And then I'm just going to do exactly the same now on this side. So again, I'm just lining up the bottom points there with my cardstock and run it through. Same again, take that off and away. And this is why I said you need to use your full size, because you have to do this edge, which obviously requires the full length of your die being on the machine. So pop that one on, run that one through. Oh, crumbs, destroying the place. Oh, it doesn't seem to like being that way. Take that one off. I'm going to leave that there. It really isn't necessary to take it off at this stage. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on this one. Run it through. As I say, it's not a fan of being run through this way, but I'll just do a couple of times because it doesn't seem to cut either, or want to cut so easily that way. Let's get that on the floor out of the way. Right, take that off. Oh, that one's done it. So that one's okay. This one, it's just like perforations really. You just need to ease it off. Now your score lines will have been squashed, but you can still see them. So just very carefully bring them back to life and then do your burnishing. As I say, just be patient with them because they've been scored and then they've been run through the machine 4 times. So they're not too happy. So we're just going to fold these, oops, and then we're going to, just as we always do, create our little tabs here. Now I find it easier to get rid of some of this bit, and again you will see why in just a moment. Just create those wedges as you would normally anyway. Okay, then we're going to add some adhesive to these. And create our lid as we would normally. So pop those under there, and what you may need to do, as you can perhaps just see here, is just get your snips in there. Because of the way the shape is, you may just need to trim away a little bit that you can see. Okay, let's put this on our box. Oh, I've done this the other way. No problem. Slide that on there. There we go. And then I'm just, oh, that doesn't look very good, does it? Let's try that one again. There we go. So I just need to get rid of a tiny bit here. And a tiny bit there. And just this side. Throwing it around. And then when you put it back on your box, you will find that it's a little bit fiddly because of the points. So you kind of have to just make sure that when you pop it on, all the points, shall we say, are tucked in. There we go. So there's my cute little box, and then I've got my textured ribbon here. So I'm just going to give that, oh crumbs, I nearly knocked my pen pot over then. So I'm just going to give that a trim. And this will sit just on here nicely, and then I'm actually just going to use one of my pegs to hold that in place whilst I make up my little sentiment. So I have the Label Me Lovely Punch. I can never remember the names of these ones. So I need a Whisper White, sorry, Basic White version of that, and then I need my layering circles, and I've put them to one side, but I have a scalloped and a white just there. So again, just quickly grab my machine. So scalloped one is yellow. I have this tiny bit here that is perfect for that. So I'm just going to run those through. Get rid of that. And then, so white one, my scalloped here. Just a couple of dimensionals on the back of there, and that's just going to sit on the centre of there. I then just need my crocodile here just to create a hole at the top. Then I have my Whisper, why do I keep saying Whisper White? Basic White. A Wish for Everything, and I've just gone with For You, which I'm going to stamp in Smoky Slate because that goes with the ribbon. So just stamp that in the centre there. Dimensional on the back for there. And then stick that on there, and then I have some of the beautiful baker's twine. Oh, crumbs, they've heard a car door now, I do apologise. They're a good alarm system, I guess. So I'm just going to tie across, I'm not going to holler down the house to tell them to be quiet, so I apologise. So I've just tied a little knot in that to hold it in place, and then I'm going to go underneath my little peg here. I'm going to go around, bear with me just 1 second. Girls, good girls, come on, it's okay. If if I don't tell them it's okay, they will just go for ages. And one sets the other off. I don't know if any of you guys have 2 dogs, but if one barks, the other then feels need to bark. You're just there forever. Woof, 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 one the other. Bless them. Right. So I've gone round the back, crossed over, back round to the front. I can take this peg off now because I'm quite happy that this is all being held as it should, and I'm just going to pull it tight into a knot. Well, a little what's it tie. There we go. And then you can just sort of push the baker's twine down to hold the ribbon a bit tighter if you need. And then I'm just going to tie a bow. She said, famous last words, tying a bow just never works, does it? And that just didn't happen. Right, let's try again. Right, pay attention, Sally, to what you are doing. There we go. Right. And then just as we always do, a little fiddle here and there. And then a little trim of here and there. And there we have it. Those are my Basic Borders box. I hope you like them. Thanks for joining me. And don't forget to check out the ribbons because they really are so pretty. Thanks for joining me. See you all again soon. Bye.